Evening. So, Wing Chun, you could say it's all about making shapes. We try and make a triangle from the shoulders to the center line, makes a triangle. When we change the stance, the hand and foot move together, but we keep that triangle. Like normally when I turn here, I want to point this foot at my opponent, ready for a front kick and punching. And turn here, so I'll point this foot at my opponent. But always making a triangle, even the Chun form. Keeping the hand on the center line, just making a triangle. Learning to keep the elbows in. A lot of roll punching, and a lot of Chun form. And we move on to Chun form. Now it's all on my central line. So we have a center line and we have our two central lines. When we're fighting, I want to be on my central line. So my center line will be pointing out this way. This way, my central line along here now. So Chun kills all on the central line. But always keeping a triangle that's right on the center. It's always a triangle. We'll do a turn there with the turning the triangle. So the sides, keeping everything tucked in, you can have everything open up. Okay, this posture much better for the blood flow, much better for the development of the human energy. This for defending yourself. You already got in a position, your hands are on the center line, so you're occupying that line. Anyone tries to throw a punch, they have to come around, which is a longer path. You can just go straight in and punch. So you'll be quicker that way when they try and come around. You're occupying the center line or the central line. You don't face the opponent like square. But also to be open. So shut all has to go in, but also open. So knees pushing apart, like there's a balloon, a big ball between them. Now elbows going apart, shoulders back, elbows forward, but apart. So like very circular movements. Of course, keep the crown always up. Doesn't matter what sort of stance we're in, which hand's high, which hand's low. And essentially you can have the hands up, you have a knee up, whatever. Anyone do any training like this, just holding the leg out? It's very good for your kick. Line up the hand and the foot. Work the knee joint a bit, forward energy coming out through the heel. But yeah, besides everything tucking in, also want everything to expanding out. And it's called pengjing. So it can be used very well. Someone puts a lot of pressure on, you can come into this shape and then to that shape. Take their force and that's how you use the touch too. When if I do it in slow motion, when I start to push, I want to be like a shovel and come up underneath them basically. So using the touch, get up underneath their energy, and they'll have that sort of an effect. They go to push and they go up off their feet and float away basically. But yeah, everything expanding. Line up these 2 points. We have the fingers coming in towards the chest. And slow down with your breathing. You're about 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. And it's just another shape to learn. So you just stand like this. For 20 minutes, it's very good for the health. For an hour, it's going to go into your martial applications a little bit. If you can stand here for 3-4 hours a day, then you'll get very much explosive energy. If people punch or kick you, they break their own limbs. You turn more into like a car tyre. So you can go outside and try, punch the car tyres, punch it as hard as you can and it'll break. But they're expanding everything. Still up, use the pressure on the ground, trying to get a correct poise between the head and the feet. And you're always concentrating on the middle part. You can't be sloppy anywhere. Lots of different bits through the body all have to be trained. And so, you basically have found your center, and everything around the center, can basically have a bit of movement without the center moving. So there's stillness and movement we have to get onto, empty and full, things like this. Main thing, I'm asking myself while I'm practicing this form, am I calm? Feel something change? Am I relaxed? Feel the whole body relax? And am I soft? So make the breathing softer and softer and softer. If you can get it down to 12 breaths a minute, you're going to see more, you have more clarity, lots of different things. But remember, so it's just another shape, and from this shape, all the Tai Chi moves come from it. Yeah, it's all, one hand will just drop down or up, so that's just all holding a ball basically. But yeah, the hip moves the shoulder moves the arm. It's not the shoulders moving stuff, you have to get into the body moving stuff. But it's all just opening turning it, coming back. But it's all just from holding the ball. So the more you practice this one, all these moves are already here. So just holding a ball basically, but just shifting where we are, moving meditation. Initially they're just all sitting there, and they worked out it's better to stand here like this, not like this. Then they worked out it's better to moving around, so you have the stillness and the movement. They really get it from going up through and out the body. They have to slow everything down, including the breathing. It's just moving your posture, your nose from this knee to this knee everywhere. As soon as I go out here, my foot will come up. As soon as my nose goes over my knee that way, my foot comes up. So I'm just staying in here, and hopefully you can move the whole center. You know, everything, once one bit moves, everything moves. That stays still, everything stays still. So yeah, a lot of people will say, oh, Tai Chi is useless, doesn't do anything, big stances and stuff. You know, someone comes into attack, you're stepping on their instep, big horse stance, and you've come with your block and they're going to be in trouble already. It's the same as like a front stance. You're stepping on their instep or on the knee or something. It's just like a kick into a stance. So people come in and boom, and they give you their head. People think, you know, Tai Chi can't do stuff. We only just use the stance. All the training's from here down, basically. So you've got to start thinking here. All up here is just relaxed as possible. We don't want any tension around the heart. We don't want to be chest breathers. We want to be able to loosen all that up and sink it down to the dantian. And breathe with the body properly. You know, look at a baby. It's like a beach ball. They're really moving in and out. And teenagers, it's all chest breathing. And just before they die, it's throat breathing, they call it. But pushing, get someone pushing on these two spots while you're sitting there or lying there, and your breathing will go heaps further down. People get very lazy in this area. The dantian can be considered from here down to the knees here, this big ball in the middle. So if we can make the energy flow through there, and then it can hold on, it can release. Short, sharp if you want. You know, Tai Chi has its own push hands, all relating to the center line as well. So more whip sort of like. We'll use some more arcs. But the Tai Chi punch does come from the hip. It's a vertical fist. Very similar to, well, it's the same as the Wing Chun Meridian Punch, vertical fist. Slow your body down, feel from the stance, the rear heel's pushing the whole time, rear heel. You just practice like this until you can get the feeling through the body. My nose goes back to this knee and then to this knee. Try and keep the back straight through it, get the twisting of the spine happening. It's some sort of block, and many ways you can sort of use it. I think that's a long enough video. Have a good night or a good morning, whatever the case may be.